They did what to Alonso? Okay, I have been taking a breather after the race because crazy things have happened throughout it. But before we discuss the kind of the obvious things, let's just do a quick summary of what the race was. We could start. Why not? Let's start with the. I would say I think it's always interesting to start with. I think I'm on the right location. Yeah, let's start with the top 10 of the race of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's just discuss the top 10. No need to go throughout the whole grid. So P1 was Cesar Perez. Just a quick observation. Excellent race. Man, the Red Bull, it's fast as hell. He drove very well. He's very good in these type of circuits. He has proven himself to be. So good race. Nothing to stand out. He did very well. He just did his thing and finished at P1. Well deserved. Then we had P2, Max Verstappen. Again, very good recovery from P15. Not surprising. There was a poll running around asking people where we thought that Max would end up after the start in the race. I was not convinced that he will get P1, but the podium, come on, man, that car with with Max at the wheel. I mean, I didn't see it otherwise. Then let's discuss the standings as they are. Okay. Then we have P3. We have George Russell. We'll come back to that in a second. Then P4 we have Alonso here, my good man. Then P5 we had Lewis. Well done. Then P6 we had Sainz. Well done, my friend. Then P7 we had Charles. Cool. Very well. Then P8 we had Ocon. Nice drive from him. Very, very enjoyable. Then Pierre just after. So we had these two doing very well for their own. And P10 we had 1 point for Kevin and the Haas team. Very well done. Very well done. I enjoyed that very much. Okay, it was how we would say this throughout the race. The race was, how do I say this, somewhat uneventful. It was, things were going as predicted. Max was just getting positions. Max was getting closer to the podium. Sergio was just sticking with his P1 again. Alonso was fighting for podium as expected, and unexpectedly, Lance Stroll had a car breakdown. At this point, I don't know yet why the car broke down as it did, but it just it was not obvious. Maybe some braking problems, some brakes problems, because I saw the stewards just trying to put out a fire on the front right wheel. But other than that, I was not able to detect any major issues, but that's to be found later on. Then we had a safety car that was because of Lance's incident. So most of the people like myself too, we were not convinced why the safety car was there. A virtual safety car will be enough because the car, Lance managed to park the car really close to exit point. So the stewards it was just a matter of stewards pulling the car a few meters in front, and the car was in a safe location. So kind of strange decision there, but it is what it is. Security, it's a major thing, so let's give it to them, which is fine. Then that safety car managed to compact all the cars. It was nice to see. And then we come into the thing here. So Alonso had the car badly positioned in the grid on the starting grid to start the race. And how bad, you may ask? It was slightly to the left. Okay, slightly to the left, but not enough to get an advantage. If he was a few meters to the front, I can get the thing. But a few meters to the left, it was just the wheels were just covering the left line of the starting marker. Well, okay, rules are rules, and fine. If that's the thing, Ocon suffered some similar problem on a previous Grand Prix. Fine. And then he was notified of that. He had a 5-second penalty. The safety car because of the car of Stroll's car got in, and Aston Martin took that opportunity to take the penalty through that period. So the safety car got in, he went to the box, to the pits, they swapped tires, and they served the penalty, the 5-second penalty there. Everything was fine, everything was cool. The race went on, and there was a suspicion arising that was he able, if it is legal to fulfill the penalty through safety car situation, which is fine. You can do that fine. It was legal. They do it fine. But check this out. But after the race was ended, so P1 was Checo, P2 was Max, P3 was Alonso. All nice. So they allowed the podium to be fulfilled. Everybody went to the podium. They showed the sponsors. They opened the champagne. All of that stuff went on without interruption. When the ceremony ends, they drop this bombshell saying, "Hey, Alonso, just give P3 to George because you did a bad penalty fulfillment." So I saw the repetitions many times, the replays many times, to see where was the illegal part of that penalty fulfillment, and I could not detect the problem until I was checking the after show on the F1's TV, and they showed that the guy with the jack on the back, the guy who lifts the car in the back, slightly touched the car with the jack. As you know, if you follow the sport, you know the rules. When someone is fulfilling the penalty, they don't have the pit guys cannot touch the car while the penalty is fulfilled. Ignore my cat for a second. So the pit guys cannot touch the car while the penalty is being fulfilled. They cannot touch the car. They need to the X amount of time, 5 seconds, for example, that is over, then they can swap the tires and let the car go. Okay, so the guy in the back with the jack in the back slightly touched the car, slightly. So after everything was said and done, the podium show was done. They said, "Okay, we detected the penalty here. You have to give P3 to George. You have to drop to P4, and you are stripped from the points." So how would you feel? Okay, how would you feel? Just feel celebrating everything, champagne there, celebrating, smiles all around, and then you are stripped out of your points, and you stripped out of your P3 because the guy in the pit slightly touched with the jack the back of the car. So that's just highly unfair to everybody. At this point, I don't know. So Aston Martin was going to appeal from this. I don't know at this point how that went on. But I'll just refresh here. It's the same. So at this point in time, Alonso is stripped from P3 and stripped from the points. So that is kind of weird. I don't know. I think the decision was made. Okay, there was a decision to be made. I can get that, but at least say to the guys on the refreshment room, say to Max, to Checo, and to Alonso, okay, wait a few minutes. We need to check something out, like the VAR in soccer football. We need to check this out before we come to a decision. Don't let everybody celebrate just to strip someone of the of the kind of deserved honor of being P3 on this Grand Prix. Well, I have ranted too much about this issue. Let me just congratulate Sergio, Max, George, and Fernando for an excellent race, very entertaining. It's sad that this ended up with decision made on the desk. That's just how things are. Decision that this P3 was decided on the desk, on the desk decision. It was not decided on the race because, to me, on track, things were just fun as they were when everybody crossed the finish line. It is what it is. But the most important thing here is, please share with me in the comments below what you think about this. Do you think the decision was fair or not? And the reason for that. Like and subscribe, it really helps the channel. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you.